Oh, hey there, I didn't see you come in. That's not true, I did. So, I was thinking the other day, I was actually trying to knit myself a sweater, and then I remembered that I don't know how to knit. Good morrow, Intertubes. You guys got a lot of sadness behind those eyes. That's okay, though. Ironside's here. I was trying to knit myself a sweater the other day, and in the time it took me to realize that I don't know how to knit, you see what's happening. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell you. That's it. So anyway, like I was saying, I was playing Battlefield 1 the other day, and I was rooting around the menus, when I thought to myself, you know, I've seen in the options here that there is a DirectX 12 enabled on or off slider. And I thought, I wonder what the hell that does. So after I looked up in the dictionary what DirectX 12 was, I was curious to try it, to benchmark it, to see whether or not I was going to get performance improvements. The actual description, which I can only read part of because this picture in a picture, it kind of blocks it. I should have thought this out a little more thoroughly. But anyway, it basically is saying that a DirectX API can offer you better performance, significantly better performance. But it does say that some systems, it basically does not. That sounds like it's pretty obvious. Anyway, I'm rambling. So the point is, I thought that I would test DirectX 12 versus DirectX 11 with the Titan XP, the card that has destroyed my life financially. It really hasn't, but anyway, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to run the benchmark with DirectX 11, and I'm going to run a benchmark with DirectX 12, and we're going to find out which mode actually offers you better performance in Battlefield 1 with my exact current hardware setup. So this actually guarantees that I'm going to be able to help exactly nobody with this video. But I digress. We'll do it anyway, because it's 1:51 in the morning. What else are we going to do?
Infantry will go on the first whistle, then we follow.
Okay, so here we go. This is what I run for the benchmark. This is the Mud and Blood and Crud on Paul Rudd mission. You get this little guy here, he climbs up on a box, and he hates all of his friends. So he says, everybody go and kill yourself! And he pretty much just stays back here waving his arm. I don't know if he's trying to flex or impress the ladies, who knows. But we drive through here in this god-awful muddy terrain, and I always look over this way. We watch, I don't know, meteorites are coming down, apparently. It's a meteor shower in 1917. They had meteors back then, right? I think we invented them before that. So this guy gets stuck in the mud like an idiot, and he promptly dies, which I wish would happen to more bad drivers on the road. I have road rage sometimes, so that wouldn't be too bad. Okay, I gotta make sure I don't become a hypocrite, get stuck in the mud myself. So we drive around where a drunk driver has clearly flipped over this wagon. His body's probably under the water right now. Oh, there he is. See, he's sleeping it off, so he'll be fine. Oh, I'm getting in the mud, just like I told you I didn't want to get in the mud. So we're going over this bridge, and as long as there's no trolls that are going to charge us tolls to eat some rolls, we're going to go to Objective Alpha, or Apple as they called it back in the day, because apparently you had to be really silly back in 1917. So this guy up here, oh, he just died. I wanted to kill him. So he explodes. This guy's to tie his shoe, so he bends down for a second. Oh, I just got a knock on my hull. Where'd that guy come from? So I'm going to shoot somebody. I'm actually not really trying to play, by the way. I'm not this terrible in games, I swear. So, pa-choo, pa-choo. Okay, he's dead. So we're going to move up to this guy, switch over to our other pew-pew gun, shoot these guys, shoot that guy. This is really hard to do while I'm holding the X button to record my audio, my voice. This guy up here, yeah, get rid of him. We blew up. That must have been a robot or something. Kill these guys, and I come down into here. And this is where I pretty much wrap up the benchmark. So basically when I run my benchmarks, I do all the things that I just described here, except I take it a lot more seriously and I don't talk to myself while I'm shooting people. That guy threw a Easter egg at me. That's very festive. Hope he painted it first, otherwise, I mean, who's he going to impress? He's not going to win my heart with that. Shoot these guys, shoot some laser beams. Alright, so that is pretty much what I did for the benchmark, other than all that silly crap. And sorry, I almost choked on my spit. It's very important that you don't do that. I'm going to take a drink. And by the way, someone told me the other day that guys aren't allowed to drink Smirnoff Ice. It was a girl who said that. I just want to go on record and say that Smirnoff Ice is delicious, and I think that's crazy talk. I drink other stuff too, by the way. you know, it's the same crap that I take for drinking crushed cream soda. Just because it's pink, people give you a hard time. And in the summertime when it's hot outside and you want to wear a tank top, what's the problem? I don't understand it, but people got to be judgmental these days. It's 2017. People should get over it. So I will join you back on the desktop and we'll have another conversation. So you guys bring some tea bags. Not the video game tea bags, because that's gross what people do to each other. I mean like the stuff that you put in hot water, like orange Pico or Earl Grey. Anyway, this has clearly gone off the rails. As a side note, by the way, my last video had a copyright claim put against it because I wanted to use 11 seconds or so of one of the songs on my computers from a band that I liked. I thought, oh, well, if I use their music, I get to tell people, oh, what's that music that you heard? Oh, this is a band that I like. But anyway, apparently they didn't want me to do it. So they said that any revenue I made off that video they were going to take. So that's 40 cents right into the pocket of the big conglomerate music company that I won't name because I don't want to get sued or anything. So now I'm going to be using the free YouTube music that's available. So, you know, it's going to get pretty weird up in here. That explains the intro, why it sounded like it was recorded in Russia. Alright guys, that is it. Interesting that DirectX 11 results were quite a bit better. Average frames per second, as you saw, 107 frames per second versus the 94 in DirectX 12. Minimum 93 for DirectX 11, minimum 78 for DirectX 12, and your maximum frame rate in DirectX 11 was 125 FPS and 102 for DirectX 12. So there is, in my opinion, at least with the setup that I'm using, absolutely no benefit from switching to DirectX 12. So don't touch that setting, don't go near it. If it's possible, just take a saw and cut off part of your monitor where that little on-off button is, just so you don't accidentally touch it when you're not paying attention, or if you've been drinking or whatever. Anyway, so that is all for tonight. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you subscribe it, or you can subscribe and then like. I'll leave the choice up to you guys. See you next time. I'm not. Give me your wallet, bro. Give me your wallet. And your likes. Give me your wallet, internet. Or else. Cut your connection. And how are you gonna log on to your precious YouTubes? Yeah, I don't know. I was told to be more aggressive in my marketing. Whatever. You want some?